So if you know me, you'll know that I love quality clothing, especially when it's from Japan and especially when it's made the old way. And that kind of brings us to the reason for this review. This is a little feature on BARNS Outfitters, so a Japanese brand making truly sort of traditionally styled staples, V-gusset necklines, loop wheel fabric, flat seam stitching, just quality, simple clothing to traditional patterns. Absolutely lovely stuff. So I've been watching BARNS for a couple of years now. The first time I've picked anything up from them. They sell through Denomio website, but they also sell direct, and I've bought these direct. If you fancy checking them out, there's a little code below as well to help you out with your purchase. But yeah, super beautiful patterns, really traditional, and their unique selling point is their fabric. So they call this the Cozun fabric. It's woven on a loop wheel machine, so not particularly unusual in that respect. That's probably what we're learning to expect from some of our Japanese manufacturers. But this particular machine is particularly small. It weaves the fabric slowly. It dates from around 1912, so over 100 years old. And because of its slow production, first of all, not very economical. These machines have largely died out. They haven't been maintained over the last 100 or so years. And I'm told this is one of the few remaining in production. But it also does come up with a beautifully heavy, soft, textured fabric. And yeah, that's really the unique selling point here. They've done a superb job putting these together. So really nice 4-needle flat seam stitching. You've seen this sort of stuff on Buzz Rixon's and many other brands, but I've featured Buzz Rixon's before. The quality of this stitching, and we'll come in with some close-ups in a minute, is right up there. I think they do it better than Buzz Rixon's. It's lovely quality stitching. The fabric's wonderful, the fit's lovely. Loop wheel will mean that it keeps its shape through multiple washes during its life. And they've really got these nice, simple details. So this red t-shirt here, slightly sort of washed out red colour, almost orange, nice strong red stitching, but the gusset and the neck collar, slightly different dye concentration, so just that gentle sort of detailing, really subtle, same on each of them, really nice. So great detailing. I've got two t-shirts. I've got the and these are the standard Cozun heavyweight double V, so you've got a V front and back there. Got that in red and black down here. I'll come in for a little bit of a close-up on what that colour looks like. Also come in natural, ivory, grey and navy. And I've got the standard Cozun heavyweight double V gusset crew, so a sweatshirt. And again, that contrasting colour, well, not contrasting colour, but the subtle difference in colour due to the different dye concentrations on the collar and cuff and V. Really absolutely beautiful. I love this sort of stuff. Simple detailing just to make it that little bit more interesting. So in terms of the fit, really important, as we know, buying online, inevitably we will. Check those size charts, but BARNS Outfitters, they're coming in small. So their size charts are of course accurate, but these are coming in XL. I'm normally a large, certainly in Buzz Rixon, so BARNS XL is typically sort of aligned with large in some of the other brands. Just for reference, I'm 5'10"-ish, 5'11" on a good day, if I stand up straight, 76 kilograms or thereabouts. So yeah, so I'm coming in XL. In the Western world, I'm probably a medium. Japanese brands often a large, but for BARNS, XL. So it's coming in kind of a size smaller than one might expect. In terms of measurements, just simply the chest measurement to give you a bit of a feel for it. The t-shirt's coming in at 21 inches across, pit to pit, and the sweat is coming in at 22 3/4 inches pit to pit. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of how it fits, but you know, as I say, 5'10", 76 kilograms, I'm coming in XL on these. So What we'll do is we'll come in, have a look at some of the details, and then we'll wrap it up. So starting off with the dyeing process, this was actually something really subtle, but completely drew me to these sweatshirts and t-shirts from BARNS. Really gentle detail, but just caught my eye. That beautiful soft colouring, super soft fabric, but the slight variations in dye concentration on the neck and gusset, and again on the cuff. And if you look, slightly different I think between the cuff and the gusset, but just that lovely subtle detailing just to give it a little bit of interest. So on navy sweat here, nice colour variation. Black t-shirt, same again, almost sort of bringing in a slightly greeny grey hue, nice contrasting stitching, slightly washed out look, really quite nice. And again, a sort of muted or red, slightly lighter collar and gusset, nice red stitching, really caught my eye. Very simple, but just sets it apart, really beautiful. Of course, the fabric is the Cozun woven loop wheel fabric, so the t-shirts, not so much texture, slight sort of hairiness to it, slight variation in texture due to that slow weaving technique. T-shirts being a true loop wheel weave, so no seams either side on the t-shirts, holds its shape much better. How they used to do it, obviously every single different size needs another setup on the machine, so very labour intensive, especially with this slow knitting process. On the sweat, again, Cozun material. On the inside here you can hopefully see the fleecy texture, super soft, really decent weight. Again, a loop wheel machine, but actually seamed nicely. Of course, the seams are where it's at. 4 needle stitching on a Union sewing machine from the 60s. On the sweatshirt in particular, you can see a little bit of the artifacts of that sewing process, so a little bit of bobbling and sort of nep sort of coming up around the seams, just because of the way those needles interact with the fabric. It's a sign of the old way of doing things, but really good quality flat stitching. As I say, we've seen it before, or certainly I've seen it before on Buzz Rickson's, but BARNS are knocking out the park with the quality of these stitches. Really good. And obviously the flat seam means that there's no raised seam, so it's really comfortable against your skin. And to be honest, this super fluffy sweatshirt material, I'm really looking forward to getting that on. Nice way of the stitching returning down the cuff there. Not sure if that's for any constructional reason. The cuffs appear to be one piece, but just a nice little detail there. Cuffs are quite long, so I think I'll be cuffing the cuffs, if you will. I think that would look great. And on the bottom, nice little detail, single piece with a seam up the side at the same point as one of the side seams. Just really nice detailing throughout. Again, on t-shirts, really nice 4 needle stitch, nice and simple, nothing too much to report on. Obviously that loop wheel single piece body, nice stitching around the arm openings, again at the base here, super nice finishing. Sometimes on a t-shirt you only get a few stitches around the bottom. Here you've got the 4 needle. It's not going to come undone. Nice little bit of branding at the neck. XL, so do check those sizing charts. These are coming in a little small. If you haven't seen BARNS before, BARNS Outfitters, I'd encourage you to take a look at their webpage. Link and discount below. Really, really nice quality clothing, good price, nice detailing, really interesting sort of history with their Cozun machine. You know, amazing that they're keeping that machine going after over 100 years. Really amazing that it's one of the last on the planet still churning out clothes. Lovely detailing, just great stuff. Exactly what I like. So do check it out. If you haven't seen my channel before, please do check that out as well. Lots of quality footwear, clothing, especially brands from Japan. Little bits and bobs, everyday carry, fountain pens, that sort of stuff. Do check it out. You might find we share some other common interests. If you found this useful, give it a thumbs up. If you've had BARNS yourself, let me know what you think of them. How do they wear? How does the fit hold up? Do they shrink? I'll do some updates later on, but yeah, really, really good quality stuff as far as I can tell, and nice detailing. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.